Yeah.
Guys, we're live.
So, like, what I did, like, if you can see it back there, like, what I did was, like, I took the Zelda amiibos and put it up, like, the Zelda games, and then over there, I have my other show.
Ooh, he has Xenoblade right there. And the amiibos all around his room.
Like, there's, like, this little shelf that runs all the way around my room, so it's like my room has an entire shelf.
Dude, I tell you what, it's a great
Hey,
setup.
guys,
Look at all that.
did you guys know that we're live?
Oh, well, I do now.
Oh, yeah, I do now. Well, they at least saw my nice shelf.
Hey,
Okay, so,
Wait,
this
wait,
is,
play the theme song.
No. I'll have that.
Oh, play the theme song? Okay.
No.
No, I was gonna say let's be quiet so when you add the song, you can hear it. Oh,
God, no, Dan, put your headphones on. Alright, so this is Walkway Studios, the 21st of
Hit of 1,000 Wonders. You can't forget that. That's the best part of the title.
Yeah, this is May 15th, this is May 21st. Oh, this is going so well. This is Walkway Studios, Hit of 1,000 Wonders. I'm Nathan Hayes. I'm joined by Lucas Singer and Daniel Vaughn.
Professor Mr. Lucas to you.
Professor?
Well, that's right. You are
Yeah.
Mr. Lucas.
No,
Dr. Professor Mr. Lucas to you.
No, it's just Mr. Lucas to me. Thank you.
No, Dr. Professor.
No. It's just Mr. Lucas right now.
Alright, well,
So, where are you going?
I'm right here.
Oh, okay. So, today's topic, this week's topic, I wanted to talk about 3D printing because the reason I brought it up last week during the discussion after the episode was that week I had actually found a group online, and I'll keep them unnamed for now, that it's an IRC chat kind of system, and it's basically a whole community about printing and designing and testing and redesigning 3D printable firearms. So that's to include entire guns and just receivers, like everything from ARs to AKs to Scorpions, everything.
Yeah.
So it's yeah, it was pretty interesting because like I actually downloaded a couple of files, and the thing that really struck me was I could go to the library and print them tomorrow for free.
Basically.
In a couple of hours, I have what will be a firearm, but isn't legally a firearm, at least as far as I can tell, not in this state, or the state that I'm in, not the one you're in, Lucas. Your state is really, really, really fucked up.
What, my state, Washington?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's. I mean, like, there's some good parts of the state, you know.
Well, right,
like,
it's got Nintendo's here.
That's not the good part.
No, that's the best part. The
No, sir.
best part.
No.
Well, then what is the best part?
The Cascadia bioregion, you know, like the whole, like, what is it? The,
Oh my God.
the entire just separate rainforest area, the waterfalls, you know, the rural areas where people actually make sense. You go into the cities.
Oh, city's all full of fun people, I tell you what. I live in the city. I live like dead center in the city. What a life.
How is it out there anyway?
I like it, actually.
It's
Really?
it's like the opposite of what it is here.
Yeah, I don't think I'd like it because I used to like the idea of being in the city, but no.
Well, no,
Oh.
No, it's more like it's like sunshiny there, where here
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like raining.
No, that part's god awful. The sunshine is evil, but being in the city is all fun. I wouldn't like it long term either. I would prefer a more rural area. But
you
like
are.
What?
But you are there for a long term, aren't you? Anyway, we're off topic. So yeah.
3D printing.
Go for it. You go for it. What do you have any opinions on this so far? Because I gave you some material, and I put those all in the
Okay.
links
Right.
on the description. So
All right.
if anyone wants
So
to go to
my
that.
opinions are a little bit limited, honestly, but they're much farther along than my original thoughts. All right, I hope one person at least thought of 3D printing the way I did. I originally thought it was just paper used for arts and crafts, so you can make 3D arts and crafts. Because I thought you could only use paper.
Yeah. Yeah.
And whenever anyone like posted about 3D printing on like Facebook or whatnot, it was just like cool little Zelda figures that I saw, and I was like, oh, so it's just arts and crafts. And I
Yeah.
didn't even think it could go into detail because usually they would make like mock-ups of like the 64 links. So I was like, God, they only can like use like polygonal
Yeah.
figures. They can't even do detailed stuff. So I was pretty wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. So this was a learning curve for you.
This was a
This
big
whole
learning
weekend.
curve. I was like, whoa, you can make guns? And at first I was like, who cares about paper guns? Why are we even talking about this? Like I thought that throughout the entire video pretty much. And then I was like, oh, these
Mm.
are real guns.
Yeah. Yeah. That's that video. I think it might be a bit edgy, but for like what Cody Wilson does, like it's not as bad as like the Dark Wallet video
Right.
for videos, but it really is good because it explains a lot without explaining anything too much. Because like I am a part of, I do have an account on Thingiverse, and I use it because there's a lot of bird feeders and plants and or no what do you call them pots, for like, anyway, there's a lot of nifty little trinkets I would print,
Yeah.
but there's nothing super useful. There's a few wrenches, there's some drills, like pump drills, which is kind of cool, and it isn't like I can just print a hand, or I can't print a car part, because we're not there yet, and those items are restricted, because
Can we get there though?
Oh yeah, we of course we can. Like the whole thing was like I bet you could find a group of people that are just like kind of like the whole group I found that are just all about firearms.
Yeah.
You could find a group online that's dedicated to building car parts out of plastic. I mean, I'm sure
Wow.
there's a lot of things you could find.
They're
to
actually
replace your
building. They're actually building a car with
Oh my
3D.
God.
They did. They did. It's called the. Hold on, let me look it up because I saw a video about it.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
It was on The Verge actually, and that's how I learned about it. And The Verge is. It's called. Come on. Hold on. I found the picture of it. So I'm gonna. It's kind of like a oversized golf cart. It's a convertible.
Okay. Yeah.
And it takes 44 hours to print the whole body of the car. It's called.
It's pretty cool.
Local Motors. What's the name? Oh, the Stratty. The Stratty. That's what they call it.
That's gonna be the highlight of our show right there.
That's not what I wanted to hear.
All right.
What about?
So-
Okay, Dan, go ahead.
Yeah.
Tell
What
us.
are your thoughts
I
on
killed a
3D
bear
printing?
for this. I killed a bear.
No. What are your thoughts?
Oh, my thoughts on 3D printing?
Yeah, in general.
Well, when I was out in the wilderness hunting a bear.
No. What are your thoughts on 3D printing, Dan?
Well, no, I'm getting there.
This is leading up to it.
All right. We'll run with it for now.
So I'm in the mountains hunting a bear, and that's when I finally came upon it. Long story short, I killed it.
Mm.
That's when I thought, oh, what if someone 3D printed a bear? then I started thinking more about 3D printing when I was sitting around my campfire.
So, okay.
Well,
That's right. I was going to tell you my thoughts. Anyway, I was thinking about how cool it is that you can just print. Like, I could print myself a rifle. I could print a knife and kill a bear.
Actually, yeah, I almost decided to print a knife at the library, but I've decided I'm actually going to go print a
Wait.
camera.
what?
Oh wow, you're printing a camera?
Yeah. It's either I can't decide between two. There's two designs. There's a 35 roll millimeter camera. It's a pinhole, so there's no lens. It's just a hole, and it used a 35 millimeter film, the standard stuff. But then the other design is sheet film, which is like it's a sheet like this. It's 4 by 5 inches, 4 inches by 5 inches, and it's like one of those old cameras where you have one frame, one picture. And me and a teacher 2 years ago did like some rough math with it, like the size of the camera, the distance from the hole to the film, the size of the film. We basically came to the assumption that the pictures you could get out of that camera that you would print would be almost as good as like last year's Galaxy S4.
That'd be pretty awesome.
Right?
That's
like it's incredible.
Extremely impressive, yeah.
Because like
I was also thinking about like the future of 3D printing and like printing prosthetics.
Yeah, there's a guy in the Springs here that he's actually done surgeries with noses and knees. He just replaces them with. He actually like takes your leg and whatever. They take pictures of it. They size it up, and they give you a perfect reproduction of your old one.
It's pretty awesome.
I want one of my legs. Can I get one of my hands and like be like?
Like use it to hold up your iPhone as a docking station.
Lucas, that's naughty.
You know, they've actually started 3D printing steering wheels for Formula One racers to fit their hands perfectly.
Dude, you guys.
What?
This could be the future.
But
or it could go down real fast.
The future is now, though.
What if, so my first thought that comes to mind with how amazing and useful the 3D printers can be, especially if they become like a household item or easy to access and use, is won't it like take away from so many jobs?
Well, okay, with every like great leap and stride with any innovation, jobs will be lost, but new ones are created. So you're going to have like technicians that are like really good at fixing 3D printers. You're going to have engineers designing new 3D printers. You're going to have people developing for 3D printers, all sorts of stuff like that. So you might be losing some industrial jobs, you might be losing others, but all of a sudden the consumer could imagine in the future you're on Amazon. You've got Amazon Prime. So you're like, okay, I need to buy I need to buy a carton of milk, right? No, that's a bad thing. I want to buy
I want to buy a carton of milk.
Let's say we want to buy a camera, okay? Let's just do that. Well, you go to Amazon, you look for a design that you like, and you're like, oh yeah, I'll buy this, and you buy it. But you have Prime, so you know what happens? It says, hey, just download this file for one use only, print it in your own home.
Yeah.
Voila! It's like instead of having instant shipping, you're having instant printing. So you've got the camera that just prints right in your house in maybe 20 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is that?
It's a lightsaber.
Okay, I couldn't tell if it was just a black light.
It is a black light.
Oh, I figured.
Well, All right, would you say that's like an equal turnout though? Because I would still think that it would be a big difference. Like, sure, a bunch of jobs will be created, but and maybe it's not about like the quantity, but like whole companies could probably go under, and that still creates
Yeah,
a
but it
lot of
could
problems.
create an easy thing for a company.
Yeah,
What?
like because a lot of people I've found on if you don't know what Etsy is, it's basically hipster eBay. But there's a lot of good stuff
Well,
there,
yeah, right.
so I just go there anyway. But me and my grandmother were actually talking a couple of weeks ago about just building like handcrafts and stuff, things that people would want to buy, and just sell it on the internet on Etsy. Well, I did some looking in and around, and I found out people actually print items and sell them on Etsy.
Ooh.
So you want a special like flower pot, you can buy it there instead of printing it yourself. So basically, it's made individuals like factories. So it's kind of like what we discussed like almost like half a year ago when you were here at Christmas that one time, and we were
Yeah,
discussing guilds because we were watching Fairy Tale.
yeah.
And like
What a conversation.
that, it was a good one.
I
I'm
agree.
kind of sad we hadn't started the show then because it was good.
We'll
But
do that.
yeah, we should. The summation that I remember that's really important, that's relevant to the discussion now, is um, guilds form when you have an economy driven by the individual as a worker, not just as a consumer, but as a worker. So you won't go to a restaurant like McDonald's and be like, "Hey, cook me this." You're probably like, if the future, if certain things happen in the right way at the right time in the future, we will have corporations die out because they're not fast enough, they're not agile enough
Exactly.
to compete with small bands of people that can do the same thing. So
Yeah.
you'll like suppose this 3D printing thing comes to fruition and it's everywhere, and all the files are protected under the First Amendment, as free speech. You can't get rid of it no matter what because there's no copyright. They made it. Supposing all these things happen, let's say I wanted to go buy a gun. Well, I no longer have to go buy an 80% lower from Nugget Enterprises if I wanted to. I mean, it's $90. That's pretty good. I still have to, drill everything and mill it myself, put it together. But it's not a firearm. That's why they can sell it. But instead of doing that, I could, instead of just 3D printing something myself, let's suppose 3D printers aren't as common as TVs are now, because there's like 3 TVs a household today. Let's assume this is like the 1980s with TVs. Like there's one TV for like every other American, like kind of like that. Let's suppose I don't have a 3D printer, but a lot of people do.
Right.
Well, I could just go to the internet and find, what's the cheapest and best design of an AR-15 lower that I could buy, and buy it from someone who printed it. They don't have to. They don't have to handcraft it. They don't have to do any of it. They just print, and they sell it. That's pretty cool. Now imagine you have those individuals clumped together in a coalition or guild or something like that.
Yeah.
Saying guild makes it sound so fantasy-esque, but I mean, I'm
a fan.
I'm at a loss for a better word.
Yeah.
But yeah, corporations would be too big and everything. So, but no, I think you're right, Lucas. Like, jobs will be lost, but jobs will be created, and I do believe it'll stabilize itself. It's not going to be like, oh, here it is. It's going to be like, it'll kind of fluctuate.
That makes more sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So like there isn't going to be like a perfect distribution of loss to gain ratio. Yeah. It's going to it's probably going to be heavier in losses at first, and then gain, loss. It'll get somewhere in.
But it'll be close enough where it like won't completely ruin things.
Wait, what?
It'll be close enough where it'll be stable still.
Yeah. The carrying capacity of the market is like you can't trick it. There's no way you can artificially increase or decrease it without really mucking up everything else. Yeah. So the best thing is just to let it happen, with a few rules. But you don't need many, especially when it's just individuals. Like when you need rules when you have like big corporations, because the uh, what am I trying to say? The potential to take advantage of people is just that much bigger and that much greater when you have bigger groups of people and more power and more money involved. It's just the way people are. It's human nature to take advantage of one another.
Yeah.
But if you have small guilds, small bands of people working together as maybe a small company, but they're everywhere, you'll have less incentive to actually, rip each other off because you know each other. Like if the three of us went into business as,
We'd make the greatest business ever.
yeah, I'm not convinced.
I'm convinced. I think we would be all sorts of great.
We'd be great, but I don't know what. I don't know what yet. But like I said, the three of us would we'd be less likely to screw each other over than we would three
Right.
other chaps from. Who knows?
Chaps.
What's your problem?
All right. So my next thought: do you think there would be a problem with, like, say, do you think there would be a huge increase in like self-employment, and do you think that could create problems? Like, do you think, because a lot of people could be, it might be a temporary thing, but a lot of people could just be all of a sudden like quitting their jobs and working alone and just be like, I can sell with this 3D printer and be good.
Yeah.
Do you think that create problems?
It could create a problem, but I like where it's going because I've seen this start. I've seen this trend, maybe for a year now. Let me start that over.
Okay.
I'm very tired today. It was a long day at work.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass it
so
out.
I remember reading an article on Wired. Wired is all right. It's a decent source. But the thing I read was we're transitioning from I think they said it was consumer. No, it was. Say your question again. Sorry.
So, do you think there'll be a rise in like self-employment and people like quitting their jobs and being like, I can have this
So,
3D printer funding me? And do you think there'll be problems with that?
So the first part of your question, self-employment, that bit, is yes, there's going to be a lot of people doing that because the way the economy is working now is there's people with the money to do things but no time to do it, and they're giving that money to the people that have no money but the time to do that thing. So the service is given and the valuable is traded, and that's where we are now, sort of, because we have, yeah.
Wouldn't it be amazing
If
if we could print money?
Oh boy, actually,
Actually, you already can. I'm just kidding.
no, but what if you could make them seem, could you possibly like print money and make it seem,
Yeah, you already can do that.
I know,
not
but
with a press. You mean with a 3D printer, so like every single layer is exactly the same as
exactly,
it
that's
would
what
have
I'm
been.
asking. Like, it would clearly be fake money, but could you make it look closer and fool people?
No, you can still do that with a regular printer, though.
Well, no, but those...
You need a press. You need a press, but you got to get the right inks. You have to know how everything is built.
Would it be possible? Because that could be a huge deal.
I'm wondering if that's even gonna be a problem, because
Like,
honestly,
if that, even if there's a difference, but it's close enough, and a lot of people have a hard time knowing the difference, that could create all sorts of problems. That could be a
Right.
huge problem, actually. Oh boy, what a
that was
Daniel's, dude. What if we could create money? Actually, lead it.
that really is a shocking question.
Yeah.
I am the part.
Yeah, no, like,
But
go
actually-
figure. You would ask, Dan. You really would.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about the future.
Okay, so, at work, every time anyone is handed a $50 or $100 bill for any reason, they always check it So they're like, they hold it up to the light, and they're like,
Right.
oh, is it real? And it's like,
Right.
I asked one of them, I was like, how can you tell? And she's like, oh, well, look at this chart up here on the wall. And it's like, it looks just like this bill, but can you show me a counterfeit? Because I won't be able to tell the difference at this point because,
What?
like,
Yeah.
yeah, Dan?
Go ahead.
I wouldn't be able to tell the difference. And it's that drives me to believe that, like, whenever people say, oh, it's impossible to, forge the security band on the $100 bill, it's a holographic band, if you haven't seen it, the new ones.
Yeah.
I don't buy that. There's always people. It's like an arms race. There's always people trying to destroy the thing and trying to keep the thing from being destroyed, and it escalates every time. So it's the same thing with forgery. There's people trying to catch forgers and keep them from forging, and then there's people that want to forge because it makes them money.
Well, this is how you tell if it's real money.
How?
You use the power of the ring.
I don't have one, guys. I mean,
Well, then we're doomed. We're back to the same problem. Daniel's good, but we're in some deep trouble.
Yeah, you guys are in big trouble.
Big trouble.
Big trouble. Mm-hmm. That's.
Oh, I went out.
Damn, like I'm really stumped that you even asked a question like that because that isn't something I was actually prepared for. I was prepared for quite a bit, but
not the whole money issue. Gosh, that's as deep as it can go.
I'll be honest. I have no idea what I'm talking about when I'm talking about printing forgery bills.
All right, so let's say
you can also print coins.
You know what? You
probably
could.
In fact, that would probably be even easier to forge.
I would print
in terms of not making them know it's fake.
Yeah, but I mean, it's hard to tell if a coin is fake. Then, it's hard to diverse from whether a coin is fake than whether cash is fake.
Exactly. Jeez, in fact, that seems definitely possible at the least for coins.
I don't think they're too worried about that, though.
Yeah. I mean, I never even thought of that. Even when we were talking about counterfeit money, I didn't even think coins. But that's interesting.
I mean, it's also harder to do stuff with coins because, what are you going to do with 100,000 quarters?
Well, yeah. But you say that.
My lifelong dream to have 100,000 dimes.
Actually, no. Let's suppose we had 100,000 quarters, right? So we're talking about, let's see, let me do the math, because I can't do it in my head.
Did you know that was a wig?
So
I was fooled.
How many quarters did we say we had?
100,000.
100,000. Okay, so that is, did I do that right? $2 million. $2,500,000. Does that sound right to you?
I've seen more.
Okay.
100,000 quarters?
Yeah.
That's $25,000.
Okay, $25,000. I can't read. So
I've seen.
So suppose you have $25,000 in quarters, right? Now, of fake quarters. Now let's take those to separate WalMarts in bags of $50 to maybe $25 each, and just hit the entire East Coast of America, and every Walmart, and just get coins and then get cash for it because they have those machines there.
Yeah.
Right.
People would really know.
I mean, like if they ever found out they were fake and that 3D printing coins was happening, they'd probably tell it was us immediately because they'd see the security cameras and be like, all three of these guys have been on all of these stores along the entire East Coast. Catch them, so they'll catch us. But theoretically, you could get away with it once, maybe.
All right. Well,
hold on. I gotta show you guys something real quick.
Oh yeah.
You guys gotta check this out. Okay, so I was on the YouTube page.
Yeah.
And look what it comes up like what we're doing. Look at this.
Oh my God! Really?
Oh my God!
That's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
That is beyond beautiful.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
that's the cover.
It's beautiful. I'm not even going to change that. Oh,
That's what's gonna make us all rich. That picture. That was real.
Oh yeah.
that's amazing. Oh,
That was real funny.
oh yeah, it is.
Does it like show all of our faces at once?
What does? Oh no. It's only going to show whoever is talking. Yeah.
That's funny how we're like. Never mind.
You change constantly. Like
I
that's gonna be a
know.
staple of a show now. It's gonna be like, oh, what's Dan wearing in the next 3 minutes? You know, let's take bets.
3 minutes. Not tomorrow. Not by the end of the show. In the next 3 minutes.
Every 3 minutes too.
Oh, that's pretty great, you know.
Yeah.
You know what? Your smile will be the face of the show at this point, Lucas.
Yeah. Mr. Lucas. That's Dr. Professor Mr. Lucas.
No, it's just Mr. Lucas to you.
Oh. Not a Alright, so I don't have much to say on the First Amendment yet, mostly because my politics are extremely low. What are your thoughts, Mr. Nathan?
So, okay, as I can tell, we're allowed to say anything that we want so long as it doesn't hurt anyone, right? So you can't yell fire in a theater. Like that's the example every news pundit on the news says every day, every time something about the First Amendment comes up.
Every day.
Every day. So you're not allowed to do that because that'll cause panic and harm and yada yada. And you can't slander people, and you can't incite violence. Okay, you can get arrested. You can get charged for those sort of things.
Right.
So you're not protected from government retaliation of any kind if you do any of those three things, I guess. However, when you're discussing ideas in person with each other, or you're just talking smack, or discussing politics, anything, you're allowed to do that in almost any environment without fear of retaliation from the government. That doesn't include private people, private citizens, private anything. Private entities can do whatever they want to you so long as it's legal. And it is legal for them to say, if you want to say stupid stuff while you work here, you want to be a jerk, we'll fire you. Like, they've got the right to do that sort of thing.
Right.
And it depends, if it's because I'm white or he's black and that's why you were fired. It was like, well, that's racism and you can't do that. That's illegal. But if you fired me or you because we called customers that were jackasses all the time, yeah, we could get fired for that. But that's because they're private. So with that in mind, the only people let me take a step back. So when you're distributing files on the internet, the only problem you have to really think about is copyright law. If you don't own it, you can't publish it. That's why we can't. That's not a good example. This is why the Pirate Bay isn't like a normal thing. Like unless you're like decently good or savvy with like technology, you're not really going to Pirate Bay because most people don't know how to do it properly, and myself included. I can just kind of do stuff. I know how to find files I'm looking for, but when it comes to movies and music and all that, it's just like, I don't know what it is. I can't do it. It's like, forget it, guys. I don't care. But when it comes to like finding everything else, yeah. I can find 3D files of anything because I know what they're called. So with that in mind, with the Pirate Bay being a good exception to the rule, supposedly you can't distribute 3D STL files of firearms because that breaks international firearms treaties that our Congress has signed. Like, you can't like import and export firearms to certain countries because like that's a thing. You can't or at least you couldn't send firearms to Cuba. But since Cuba has access to the internet, the argument now is, oh, you've uploaded a gun to the internet. They can download it and print it. You've now become an arms dealer. So that was one of the reasons why Cody Wilson was given like that cease and desist letter over the Liberator pistol, which was the first.
Yeah.
Okay, he was given credit for one of the first fully 3D printable firearms. The barrel, receiver, everything 3D printable. So, and he put it out there for free. 40,000 downloads later, it was shut down by the government because that's what they cited. They said, yeah, you can't do this because you're now being an arms dealer. Don't do it. So, not wanting to be a felon or whatever, he did exactly that. So the question now is that a legitimate argument? Because what else could you say? Because that precedent set,
Right.
is okay. Let's just start off with that. Is that a real reason to stop people from sharing files on the internet?
Yes.
Really? Well, I mean, you're the resident statist, so
the question.
go.
Yeah, go ahead, Daniel.
I don't know. I mean, it depends on what files. I mean, if you're gonna share like secret information or you're sharing like guns with other people, like say other people don't know how to make this gun, then you're pretty much sharing that with them. But I don't know. It's also the thing is like you're sharing that with someone, but you're not directly sharing that with them.
Right.
So it may not like violate it where it's like, oh, I wasn't sharing it directly with them. I just put it out there,
Right.
and they happen to find it. It's not my fault.
I think your comparison to like secret documents and sensitive files and 3D printable guns.
Just guns and. Mainly,
I don't think that comparison works because, like, people can buy firearms anywhere. Like, even if it's illegal, you can find almost any firearm anywhere.
Yeah.
This would still make it more accessible, though.
Right.
Much more accessible, and that's still noteworthy.
In my opinion, I think that's a good thing. I really do. I think man will be free, and you shouldn't want to keep people from being free. And
you have to be prepared to deal with anyone.
I don't know. Well, just the idea that you can't, it would be harder to know who has a gun and who doesn't, and much easier, not just to make or get a gun, but to get any gun or to get bullets or anything like that. I feel like there could be problems with that.
Yeah.
There can be problems.
Not necessarily making it more accessible, but just making it where there's nothing restricting people. Like, you can do as much as you want with it. That's, I think, could create problems.
No, I think it's a good thing because, imagine it this way. Imagine there's what do you think, what's the big, okay, let me ask you the question, Lucas. What do you think the big problem with unregistered firearms is?
It would just be, not necessarily with a specific person, but if you can't register or know about each and every gun, you don't know how many people have a gun or what. I don't know. It could just make the world it could potentially make the world more violent-oriented or more destructive if, like, everyone has a gun and
you don't think if every person had a gun and could use it, think people would have second guesses about shooting up a school if like every teacher was armed?
Well, I feel like
then I guess it goes that far.
I feel like it would make people more cautious. Make people more cautious.
Yeah,
because
that's true.
Knowing that someone probably has a gun makes you think, oh, I don't really want to go shoot up that liquor store because he's probably got a shotgun behind that counter.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's what Batman says.
Right.
You guys still there?
Yeah.
Okay, my computer's probably just lagging bad. Hold on, give me a second. Everything's just going to hell in a handbasket.
Is it?
Kind of, yeah. My computer is using 89% of its CPU. What the? No. Okay.
Upgrade.
So yeah, also imagine it this way, like if every other passenger on which airline was it? The first one that flew into the tower. Imagine if every one of them had a firearm, not just like a sky marshal or anything, just everybody.
Yeah.
What happens?
Here's what I think. I think guns shouldn't be on a plane.
You know, Superman actually had a conversation with the Flash about that. The Flash beat his ass on that discussion. That was some great stuff. You know what I'm talking about, Dan?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a little lost.
Superman and the Flash were playing.
No, I have no idea who this Dan is.
Oh my God. I really think people, if we ever get popular, they're going to look back on these episodes and like, they knew exactly what was going to be popular. They knew exactly what we were going to do when we watched the show.
Yeah.
I'm not Dan, I am Batman. What's so funny?
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Batman.
I don't know. I have no idea who this Dan is.
I mean, that's too bad, because, you know.
We need him.
Yeah.
Nobody needs him. They need me. I am what this world needs. I am the savior it needs. I am the Dark Knight.
I think I know what genre our show is. I finally figured it out.
What?
What?
We're a variety show.
Ooh.
Mm.
Is that a good
I'm a
thing?
fan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Dan. That's a good thing.
I thought so.
I like the variety show. You need
Yeah.
one of those.
So, yeah, Lucas, that question still stands to you. Like, you think it would be necessary? Because, like, okay, let's put it this way: 3D printers, guns, money, they're all tools, right?
Right.
They can do different things. Even though they're designed to do a couple things, they can do more than that. It's all about what you imagine you can do with it. So, doesn't that put the onus of what happens on the person and the people using those tools?
Right. No. Yeah. I'm all good on that argument. I was just wondering if problems could be presented if it was more accessible and like not traceable.
Well,
I mean,
here's the good thing about it. Here's the good thing. Oh my God. Here's
That scared me.
Oh my God.
Problems we have, yes. But the force we have is strong with us. It's all around you. Between me and you. The tree and the rock.
The tree. The tree and the rock.
This is why you fail.
Okay.
Oh my God.
So Lucas, and Dan.
Good young Taiwan.
So to answer your question, like, you know, like, would it be bad if, you know, unregistered firearms were everywhere? That's a good, in my opinion, it's a good thing, because all of a sudden the government does not know how many firearms are out there or who has them. Now, that's only a problem if, like, you know, those people owning them are felons. That's different, because you've lost the right to do that, you know, yada yada. But when you're not talking about felons or criminals that can still carry firearms, it would be a good thing. In fact, it should be encouraged that things should be not registered, because all of a sudden, let's say, you know, our government just completely, you know, goes to hell and decides, you know what, these voters, They don't know what they're talking about. We'll decide for them.
We'll
We'll make
decide
every
for
decision
them.
from now on, right?
Of course
You know what? We'll just suppress everyone that has a dissenting opinion, and we'll take away all the firearms we can.
To control the mind. Be strong with the Force. So we may use the Force to feel
So Master Yoda, if you didn't have your lightsaber, if the Jedi's didn't have their lightsabers, how effective would they really be in the Clone Wars?
we have good mind, yes. Be strong and powerful with Force we have. Yes,
Okay,
the Force.
so okay, now since me and Lucas are not Jedis, obviously my comparison there was firearms. Okay, so in an argumentative way, I'm asking, wouldn't it be good if the government couldn't take firearms away? Because power is, given at the end of the stick, like, so to speak.
Yes, but peace we must keep.
Yeah, to keep the peace, you need the ability to wage
That
war.
is what I am here for.
What?
That is what I am here for.
Okay.
We don't
Alright.
need guns. We just need Yoda.
Here what I am for. It's peace.
I don't think Yoda ever wore that symbol.
Yes,
Ever.
do not question Yoda.
No, I don't think you are Yoda, though. That's the problem. I wouldn't question Master Yoda or his wisdom, but I don't think that you are Yoda.
I am Yoda. Do not question Yoda. This is why you fail.
No,
This is why you fail.
no, it's not actually.
Weak in the Force you are, my young Padawan.
No, I don't have any force, dude. Like, it's just.
This is why you fail.
This
No.
is why you fail.
Did you paint those eyebrows on it? That makes it hilarious.
No, that is what I
You know what?
This is why your tail is master, because you think these are my eyes right here. But these are... So you think I am always alive.
That's really weird.
That is why you bastard.
So no, you know what we could do? We
That
could
was real great.
I could print 2 more
My
of
mouth
those.
is very
and
small,
ship
too.
one
I
out to you,
have to get my
Lucas.
tongue out.
Oh my god.
Lucas, I could just print 2 more and have one for myself and one for you. That's all we wear on the show.
Well, it
No,
sounds good to
only
me.
one Master Yoda.
No, I don't think you're Master Yoda.
I am
I'm
the one
Master
and
Yoda.
only. Yes.
That
This-
impression sounds pretty good
Our
over
audience
Hangouts.
is gonna be so divided. Like half of our audience is gonna be like, "God, I hate when Daniels ruins the show," and the other half's gonna be like, "Thank God, this is the only reason I come here."
No, you know what? This show is going to be the most polarizing show on the internet if it's successful.
Like, I agree.
Because you two love Nintendo with a passion.
Oh,
I hate
God.
it with
It's
the
so
range of
great.
a billion suns.
Oh boy,
Like,
it's
that
like
alone-
it is
that
God's
alone-
gift to mankind.
That alone, that division alone would get enough people upset. Then we've got me, that again is like really heavy into firearms, very libertarian, very, yeah. And then there's you two, and it's just like,
Nathan, no one cares about either of those things.
Hey,
oh,
hey guys,
oh, my
I'm back.
mistake.
What did I miss?
You
Sound
didn't.
like
You
yours,
didn't.
too.
What did I miss?
You didn't have Yoda fill you in.
No, I didn't. He was here.
Yeah, that little.
Hear you?
Yeah,
I'll be back.
yeah, that Muppet. No, Dan, the Muppet's gone. I don't think. Okay, let's make it bet right now, Lucas. Like one dime to each of us, because you're a poor college student, you can't really afford much of a bet.
Well, I could do 2 dimes.
Okay, 2 dimes. We'll get pretty. Okay, that's good. 2 dimes. I'm coming back with a Darth Vader mask. 2 dimes. What say you?
Oh boy.
You better hurry.
No deal. I'm also on board with the Darth Vader mask.
What is it?
We were both
we're
wrong!
wrong. This is
What were you saying? Hey guys, what is this thing?
That's Venom, isn't it?
What?
No, it's Black Spider-Man.
Venom's here?
That's
Where's Venom?
racist.
Guy, did you say Venom's here? I gotta take care of a few things.
Mm.
Wait, what is this?
What is what?
This.
What?
What are you doing?
Me?
No, what's going on? What is this thing?
What are you talking about?
Here, I'll disguise myself.
Dude, you guys, the world's gonna love us.
Oh my god.
This is so great.
I got an idea. I'll disguise myself even better. Nobody will know it's me.
I really can't wait to see what he does.
Oh boy, he's gonna look. He's gorgeous.
Oh my god.
Look at that flowy,
Blocks of
holiness.
gold.
the flowy locks of gold.
Oh my god.
Ah, it's locks of gold.
Oh my god.
This is so great. I tell you what,
I
We're gonna-
tell you what.
we're all gonna be rich. Everyone's gonna love us.
Dude, yes. Yes, we are.
Like, I give it 3 days. We'll have 1,000 views.
Mm.
Hey,
guys.
It's me, Roger.
Right. So yeah, was there anything else that any of you had to say about this? Because I honestly,
there was one more thing I forgot, but there was one more thing.
is there anything
I mean,
you
I
had,
see,
Dan?
I see a great innovation for like toys in the future.
Oh, well, yeah, there's
definitely. Because now it's just like, hey, you have a 3D animated cartoon. Hey, send us, an image of that character.
that. Yeah,
we'll just print it,
Yeah.
and then it's like, voila. Like, I definitely see that being a thing. I know
Yeah,
people are like,
I see like people printing figures of me and stuff. I mean, Spider-Man.
okay, I've got a question. Do you
Yeah.
think there's gonna be like, okay, they're not this detailed yet, but this is a pretty interesting one that I just thought of. Do you think, because like you can always sand them to make them smoother and you can paint them yourself, but do you think people will start making reproduction amiibos?
Yes.
Yes, that's a good question. Yes, I do.
I think
But-
they do because they do paint them. They paint them
Mm-hmm.
because they take amiibos and paint them to make them look like different characters.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't think that would work that well, though. So I think you could make a very, very, like, indistinguishable fake where it looks almost the exact same.
Yeah.
But you got to keep in mind that amiibos have a functionality, and you probably
Yes.
couldn't replicate that.
You might be able to if you took one
No,
apart. Like,
No,
if you
but
took, if you
It's
took
got
one
a
apart,
chip, though.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you took it apart and you figured out what it was and what software it was running, I'm sure you could recreate that.
You can really.
I'm dead positive. Like, if either of us, like if I got an amiibo out of the store today and just like was like, hey, or better yet, let's I do believe like people could recreate and reverse engineer amiibo chips, whatever they are.
Yeah.
I do think it'd be even easier though to just go to the store, buy a peach, take the chip out, and then put it into your printable one.
No, because every amiibo has a special chip. Not every figure has
Right.
a special
So-
chip. So like
then-
the Mario chip, all of them are the same, but the Mario chip is different from the Peach chip.
Yeah, that's the hard thing. You can't you just got there's no developing. You gotta
wait
just
a minute.
you
So
have to go to
so
Nintendo to get the chip.
So wait a minute. Are you saying like if you have a Pikachu amiibo and you put it in Smash Bros, it can be nothing but Pikachu?
Yes.
What? No.
Yeah.
That's
No, I
So you
like
have
it
to,
that way
buy
because if you get a Peach and then make it like a Shulk, the connection between the figure and its purpose is really messed up.
Yeah, I'd buy 50 peaches then.
Yeah,
oh,
I'd be like,
okay. Okay, I guess that makes sense. What did you name your Pikachu again?
Jitters.
Hey, you know what I named my Mario?
But
I named my Mario It's a Me. And then so every time he wins it says it's a me, and then he goes Mario.
that's
What did you
actually
name?
real great.
What did you name your Mario, Lucas? I forget.
Mario,
Mario.
Merryo.
What was the other funny one? Donkey Kong or something like that?
I named my Donkey Kong Dong.
Dong.
He's pink too. He's got a yellow tie. He's my favorite. He always loses. He always comes in last place though. He never wins.
That's
Jitters. Oh my
I'm a
god.
big fan.
You know what? I have a question.
What?
what do you want?
Do you have anything else to say? Because we've been running for about almost over an hour. No, we have. We've been over an hour.
Well, there was one last thought I wanted to make for 3D printing, and
Shoot.
so if you replicate like a copyright thing, that's illegal. But is it possible?
Yeah.
Say for the Amiibos example, could you work that out?
I'm sure you could be like, we're not selling real Amiibos, we're just making reproductions. I think you could get away with that.
Well, not necessarily get away with it legally, but is it possible? Like, if they wanted to, could they recreate it even to that point of detail?
Not automatically yet, because like, ours maybe depends on the printer. Okay, if you're using like high-end commercial printers, I'm sure you could. Like, yeah,
Gee, so you could literally make an exact replicate.
I think so. You'd have to paint it yourself.
That's incredible.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you could, because the thing is, like, the software to edit and like view these sort of things, like, they're not hard to find. Like, I mean,
Would
for
they
goodness-
would they end up having trouble with because if that's the case, I'm sure there will always be an increase in people who are creating counterfeits and putting them out there as legit. So are they going to have a problem with like trying to catch people selling them with 3D printers and doing that? Because I would say that's harder to trace.
I think it would, and I think part of that, like, I think you're right. It will be hard, and it'll be too hard, and it might actually bring about the end of certain corporations doing that.
Exactly.
I think there's a lot to what you said a while ago. Are they after you?
Yeah.
What'd you do?
Wait, what? Oh, do you hear the cops?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna
You
die.
gotta-
I'm gonna
you gotta-
die.
Well,
They heard
you have
my.
an-
They heard our spiel on the counterfeit money, and they're just.
Oh yeah, they're like, oh no, they told the internet.
Oh no!
Go arrest them right now.
Hurry before it's too late.
It
Hurry
is
before
already
they get
too
off
late.
air. We need to do it in front of the camera to let them know.
Yes.
You talk about this, we arrest you.
Mm-hmm. The thought.
Yeah, they'll be pounding on my door any minute now.
Oh sweet. We get to watch them bust your ass.
Yeah, but Spider-Man's gonna save me.
Not really.
Maybe. Wait, who's Spider-Man?
Oh my god.
The fake
That was
teeth
real
fell
great.
off, buddy.
What are you talking about?
The fake teeth fell off.
What?
What?
You guys.
Hey, you guys seeing this?
What? No. Oh, you guys. I got married. You want to see my wife?
What?
I got married. Look at my wife. Look at her. She's gorgeous.
What'd you name her?
Wife.
You should have named her wife.
I wasn't joking. I literally named her wife.
That's
You should have named her waifu.
wife.
I was going to, but my roommate was like, "No, that's a stupid word. You need to go all or nothing."
Your
You need to
roommate is
create
Asian,
that."
though. That doesn't make sense.
Well, apparently that's frowned upon.
I don't think he
That
really
is pretty
understands.
frowned upon, I guess.
Yeah. So I was like, you know what? Fine, I'm serious about this. You'll be my legit wife.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
official.
Why wouldn't you?
I don't know. Marriage is a lot. Marriage is
commitment.
kind of a lot. That's a big commitment.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
yeah,
not
but
one
I
you're
mean-
ready to make.
But oh my god, shots fired. No, but look
Yeah.
at her. I'm ready. Look at her. Like
Your body is ready?
she will give me all the support I need.
I think she's. Are you keeping her prisoner?
No.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Keeping her prisoner and like raping her?
No, we're great friends.
This show has gotten out of
That's-
control.
Yeah, that's what they all say. That's what they all say.
No, we're
Mhm.
great.
Look-
We're great.
look-
We're
Look, my skull lights up.
I
And
think
my
that's your
ring.
greatest.
And my
I think
ring.
this is your greatest costume yet.
I know.
Yeah, well,
It's not
I
a
mean-
costume. It's a disguise.
well, I don't know if Dan, you saw this, but you seen this?
Who's Dan?
You looking at this, buddy?
What am I looking at?
You're looking at a AR-15 lower receiver
I can't see anything.
on your screen.
Yeah. Are you seeing it, Lucas?
No.
Oh, ha 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 ha! I'm dumb. There we go.
Ooh.
See it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you showed me that.
Oh, did I?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool. Okay, I forgot. Well, yeah. So that's where we stand. I have one, and honestly, I think people should download that just because it's information. Information should be free. Man should be free, and that's all I have to say. You have any closing remarks, Lucas?
Oh boy. I mean, I think this whole 3D printer thing could go in two different directions.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
And it almost has nothing to do with the printer itself. It's just how things work out. Could be the end of the world. Could be just
Or the
next-
beginning of a new renaissance.
Yeah, right.
Like, that's what I feel like right now.
It could
How
be
about-
the next leap in mankind,
It really could. The next printing press.
or it could be, nothing really come of it. But that's probably the least likely.
Mm-hmm. And what about our special guest, the other person on the? Yeah, what do you think?
Well-
Closing statements.
This is what I think.
I'm sorry, I asked already.
I think when you're trying to kill a bear.
Oh my god.
All right, everyone, that was Walkaway
Wait,
Studios
wait.
2000.
No,
What?
he's onto something.
I feel this like aura
Mhm.
around. Maybe it's the force. I don't know. But I was thinking like maybe like.
Oh my god.
All right, that's the show, everyone.
Yeah, it's just I
yeah.
mean.
Oh my god. He put it in his mouth.
Yeah. All right, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. See you
Merry
next
Christmas.
week.